104.5 The Team. We're live on Radio Row thanks to our friends at Bud Light and Buffalo Bills fans. It is about to be your most favorite segment of the week as we are joined by Hall of Famer, face of the franchise, man, Bruce Smith sitting down across from me. This is amazing. I'm in awe, sir. I'm in absolute awe. When you look at the current Buffalo Bills, how do you think Rex is doing so far?
We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah?
I think that obviously a great deal of respect for Rex and his mindset of being a great defensive coach. But I think there's a few more pieces to the puzzle that we need to add to the team. We need to become more consistent. We need to play smarter in not creating or getting so many penalties. There's some mental errors that are taken care of as well. And some of those things take place when you bring in a new system and the guys aren't quite used to it yet, or they haven't learned it to the extent that they need to know it. So this offseason will be a big year so far as the maturation process of some of these players and particularly on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
We're joined by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith right here on 104.5 The Team, live on Radio Row. Is the change in system, in your mind, why that defensive front, the cold front, was not nearly as effective this year as they were the year before?
Well, I think that had something to do with it. Yeah, I really do, and that's been a proven fact that players, there's an adjustment period. I know when I played and I had to go from one defensive coordinator to the next, there's different terminology. There's different nuances to the technique is usually still the same, but there's different terminology sometimes. You have to think a little bit more. When you start thinking, you're already a step behind. So you've got to take the thinking out of the game. Once you break the huddle and you've gotten the play call, whether it be defensively or offensively, you got to be ready to play ball. There's no time to think.
Those penalties, is that a player-by-player issue or is it lack of discipline with the coaching staff?
Well, coaches don't create penalties. Players do. So having said that, you have to become more disciplined. You have to have a sense of awareness. You can't get goaded into getting a penalty because players do that all the time. They find out who is the hothead on the team, and they'll do something to get under his skin. And if you fall for it, then obviously you're that's a selfish act because you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting the team.
Bruce Smith of the Buffalo Bills and Washington Redskins, but we'll say Bills. We'll go there. Joins us right now, and the 30 for 30 that was just done on your dynasty. I mean, you guys make it to the Super Bowl 4 straight years, and people who don't, in my opinion, don't understand the sport look at that as somehow a failure because you don't win them, but you made it to 4 straight Super Bowls. Do you get sick of hearing, like, why didn't you win one?
Well, that's the difference of people's mindsets. Either you're the optimist or you're the pessimist. You look at the cup as being half full or you look at it as being half empty. What was accomplished during that incredible run that the Buffalo Bills had, no team has ever done in the history of sports. To go back to the big game 4 times in a row, just think about it. It's not easy to go one time or to win one. Right. But to represent the AFC 4 times in the Super Bowl straight, overcoming adversity, injuries, the perseverance, the commitment, the dedication to the game. Meanwhile, playing more games in 4 years than teams played in 5 years because of the preseason games and the playoff games. Right. So that's an extra year of playing ball, all wrapped into 4 years.
Right.
So, for me, typically don't stay around people that have negative attitudes because you get negative results.
What's your thoughts on this year's Super Bowl? Is Peyton going to get his storybook ending?
Well, I'm sure everyone would like to see that. We just think the world of Peyton Manning and what he has done for the game, how he's represented himself and his family and his teammates. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Wade Phillips, who was my defensive coordinator with the Bills and the head coach with the Bills. Love to see him get one. However, I just think the momentum right now is with this younger team, with Cam Newton, and if they can handle the big stage with this talent that they have, and don't turn the ball over, not a whole lot of mental errors, I think that the Carolina Panthers are going to come out on top.
Hall of Fame defensive end Bruce Smith sitting down with us right here on 104.5 The Team on Radio Row. I'm glad you're announcing again because I loved you as an analyst. I think it's interesting where you're announcing again, and you have added the storyline that is going to have me watching this year's Puppy Bowl and the Puppy Bowl Hall of Fame broadcast. This is pretty amazing. I didn't know you were a dog guy.
This Sunday at 3 p.m. It will be airing, and I'm hosting it. The NFL, not the NFL, but the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the Animal Planet has teamed up together to help raise the awareness of adoption of senior dogs and animals. We typically go out and we always adopt puppies and kittens, but the seniors are the ones that are left out. Kind of like a 15-year veteran. When you've reached a certain level of play and your best years are somewhat behind you, they kind of throw you out and kick you to the pasture. But in this particular case, we're just trying to raise the awareness, not only to think about the kittens and the puppies, but think about the senior dogs and cats as well. And everybody wins when we find these animals a home.
I love it. I actually adopted a 9-year-old pit not too long ago, and she was part of my life for about 4 years. It was amazing. So
oh wow!
I'm totally on board with this,
Yeah.
and looking forward to hearing you announce the Puppy Bowl Hall of Fame and the Puppy Bowl itself.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Appreciate it.